Cereal. Now I gotta edit that out. Hey,
Got it.
that's Teresa in the background playing Candy Smashers, and she's winning. Well, I just started. It's all good. You don't have to be quiet. Anyways, she was on a winning streak. She was, and then she got a phone call, and then it fucked up her flow, and then she just barely started to catch it back right now. Funny. But anyways, hey, it's me, Brian. Today, Jarrod D. And I'm going to answer some of your questions. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to give you some more information, right? You know what I'm saying? And then, right? The questions that you asked me was, because you guys are going to take up on another motorized bike adventure, was, how did we do it? Right? I mean, storage. How do we storage? What did you do for storage, man? Where'd you go places to upload? Well, you know what, Jarrod? Check this out. This is what we did for storage. We had my phone. We had Anonymous' phone. We had Anonymous' Chromebook, which didn't have a hard drive, so we really couldn't store anything on it. Right? We had my laptop, which had a 128 gig drive. Right? And we had, I think, one SD card that was 16 gigs or something like that. It might have been 16 or 32. I'm not real sure. Right? My phone at the time, about 32 gig. His phone at the time was a 64 gig. Right? And then we had a spare phone, my old Motorola G, which was 32 gig, not 16 gig. That's right. Right, so altogether we had probably like about 200-300 gigs worth of space that we could use for storage, right? Now, that was before you could get a terabyte drive, for less than $300, right? But now you can get them big 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte drives, for $40, $50, $80, something like that, depending on where you buy it. You know what I'm saying? And those are easy to use because you can use a cable with those, and you can cable into your phone, and you cable into the drive, and then you could just migrate the videos that you had on your phone, all the clips and stuff that you just made, onto the big terabyte drive, and then you always have storage. And in these drives, you can carry your backpack anywhere, just like the battery that you guys carried on the first adventure. Right? You know what I'm saying? You could also use your phone for storage. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be mindful of how much video that you're storing on the phone and the new video that you're making, right? Because you're bound more chances than not to make a real short, quick 30, 40 second, minute, 2 minute, 3 minute video somewhere along the road, you know what I'm saying? And want to post that one next. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The short ones you want to post as soon as you can, right? The longer ones are the ones that you make into clips that you're going to make into one big video. Those are the ones you need to store, right? The way I did it was because I had 2 phones. I had my primary phone, and then I had a backup phone, right? So I used my primary phone just as a camera, right? I used that one to create the content, the video. You know what I'm saying? And then processed it, or I would take the card out of that one, put it in my backup phone, and I'd use the tools on my backup phone and edit it with that one. Right, you know what I'm saying? Whenever we stopped at a place to upload, right, I'd break out my laptop, and then I'd edit on my laptop, made it faster, made it easier. I could, have a better product at the end. Right? Now that leads me into places where we went to upload. Right? Well, there are literally millions of places for free Wi-Fi. Literally. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do, right, is on your phone, on Google search, type in free Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? And in the city that you're in. It'll give you a list. In Phoenix, I type in free Wi-Fi, Phoenix, right? And I swear to God, 7 million hits will pop up, right? In Pensacola, I bet there's, at least 10,000. All right, but here, over, McDonald's, Burger King, not so much Taco Bell, but some of them do have decent Wi-Fi. You understand? The best place is the public library in whatever city or town you're in. Always. That's the best place. Right? The second best place is Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? But there's rules and there's etiquette, you know what I'm saying, at coffee shops, right? And besides Starbucks, there's the privately owned coffee shops, Beans and Brews, Billy Bob's Coffee Shop, you know what I'm saying, Kathy's Muffins and Coffee. You know what I'm saying? Those places always have free, good, solid Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? And if you're an idiot, you're going to get your shit jacked. But if you know a little bit about a computer or a phone, right, you can protect yourself when you're working on open Wi-Fi. This is, right, a major concern, right? That's why I was using my backup phone when we were at the Wi-Fi place, or my laptop, because my laptop was secure and my backup phone didn't have any information on it because I was just using it as a tool, remember? All right, now, the etiquette for the coffee shops is real simple. Number one, buy something. A cup of coffee. $2 cup of coffee will get you a refill and at least 2 hours sitting right there in that chair at that table connected to their Wi-Fi. Right? Be courteous. Be professional. Don't be spying other people's shit. Looking around. Right? You know what I'm saying? And be polite. Just be a customer. You know what I'm saying? The more you buy, the more time you get. You know what I'm saying? And if you come back to this place, you know what I'm saying, the barista, right, or at least the server lady, you know what I'm saying, so they'll remember you. You know what I'm saying? Because you talk to them about your adventure and all that cool stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? And make friends. Be polite. That's all you gotta do. And and if you do that, and couple that with customer, right, you'll always get to hook up, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, there are other places that got free Wi-Fi too. Walmart, the motel, and some Safeway. But these are iffy at best, you know what I'm saying? Because the connection is, not really good because most of their Wi-Fi is for the store, you know what I'm saying, and the employees and their radios and their little clicky things and their Telzon machines, you know what I'm saying? But you can use it in a pinch if you really have to. If you can actually log on, you know what I'm saying, you can do it. Another good place is if you're in a major city is downtown where all the city buildings are, the state buildings, the government buildings. You understand? There is always open Wi-Fi out there in the plaza somewhere, that you can connect to. Right? But you gotta be mindful when you connect to government Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can look at them, but they're also looking back at you. And right around the downtown area, wherever you are, the police have set up some of those fake little connector booths, Wi-Fi things. You know what I'm saying? They're solely designed to collect information off your phone, so they can track you. Be mindful. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is what's coming up in the screencast. Is going to be after this part of the talking video, right? I'm saying I talk about some things that you need to do, Jarrod, in order to get more exposure, right, and get more chances for impressions. Because impressions is the thing that counts most in the algorithm, right? Impressions are those pictures of your thumbnail of each one of your videos that get showed either in the suggested bar, you know what I'm saying, right, or in an ad, you know what I'm saying, or somebody embedded one of your videos on Facebook. That's an impression click right there. Whenever any one of the pictures of your thumbnail or on any of your videos shows up on the screen while they're on YouTube, that is an impression, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, I average like about anywhere between 13 and 15,000 impressions, right, a day. Right? For the month, I'm somewhere around 200,000, 220,000 is my average norm of impressions. That's how many times my thumbnail gets seen, right? And the click-through rate, right, is the percentage of people that click through from that impression image to the video, right? Pretty good. Mine's hovering like right around 7.38% right now, right? Which is really good. I mean, that's pretty high. You know what I'm saying? Right? But my suggested video side, right, is real low. That's like 5.8%. And I've looked a lot, I've scrolled a lot, you know what I'm saying, as a anonymous viewer, right? And I can tell that I'm that number's correct because out of like every 12 or 15 videos that are on the suggested bar, one of mine pops up when I'm watching one of my videos. When you watch one of your videos and you scroll through, right, the rest of the videos that are that's the browse feature, right? Because you're browsing, because it's still the main feed of YouTube with some of your videos scattered in and out, right? And now my browse percentage is high. It's pretty high. It's like 15, 18, 20% some months. You know what I'm saying? Because people once they watch one of my videos, they're scrolling instead of going to my channel, right, and looking through the playlist and all that stuff. They're scrolling up to see how many more of my videos are in the list, and then they hit on that, right? And I can pretty much track the progress of the last 10 or 12 or 15 videos by how many times, you know what I'm saying, it's an older video is watched right behind a newer video. Alright? Okay, so the tags and the keyword phrases and all that stuff, I want to explain it before you get to it. right? Tags, right? And keywords. Come on, I hate rollies. Tags and man, my phone's glitching. What the heck? Okay, tags, keywords, long tail keyword phrases. Titles. Tags, when you're using the YouTube upload tool and it gets the tags, it's tags in, other adjustments or whatever the heck it is. Touch that button and it opens up, and then you can type in, right, words. You can type text, right? Now, tags, right, you always start with a hashtag, and then, like for this video, some of my tag letters are going to be, right, hashtag higher thinking, right? You know what I'm saying? Hashtag using YouTube Studio, right? Hashtag creator video tips, right? Hashtag tips and tricks YouTube creator, right? Hashtag, right, using your camera for YouTube video upload, right? Now, see how their sentences, they got longer and longer and longer as I went along, right? You know what I'm saying? These are also keywords that you can use that relate to what the content of your video is. Like this one. This video is creator tips and tricks and how to edit and how to tag your video, right? Okay, that's the premise, the idea behind the video, right? So some of the tags would be kind of like creator ideas for tags, right? Creator ideas, right, for uploading YouTube videos, right? Anything related to the video itself. You know what I'm saying? Like remember at the beginning I was laughing at Trees because she was playing her game on her phone. Candy Smashers, Farm Heroes, whatever it is. Hashtag Farm Heroes, because it's mentioned in the video, right? You know what I'm saying? Hashtag directions for upload, right? you see how each one of these sentences is related, you know what I'm saying, to what anybody would type in. You see, somebody's doing a search, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube, right? They're typing in the search bar, you know what I'm saying, in order to get as many opportunities to watch a video, they might find that they might fit the idea that they're thinking about, right? So when you're in your process of making your keytail phrases and your keywords and your tags, right? You think the way you think if you were typing in a search, but you're typing in a specific search for the content of the video. Let's say it's a motorized bike video, right? You know what I'm saying? Motorized bike videos, motorized tips and tricks, how to deal with motorized bike issues, right? You know what I'm saying? Gear I use on my motorized bike, right? Gear needed to repair motorized bike. You see how these are the things that guys are going to be, and ladies are going to be typing in, right? And if you have these all in your tag box, you know what I'm saying? And you can do stack tags too. How to is a very important one, right? And that's all you need to put is how to. Directions for upload. how to do motorized bicycles. Right? How to, right? And then you use the how to in the keytail phrase in your description box, right? How to deal with chain issues on your motorized bicycle. Look, click that arrow and look at some of the descriptions for some of my motorized bike videos. You know what I'm saying? And you'll understand what I'm saying right now. And try to match not only some of the keytail phrases in the description, but in your title. You have really good titles. You know what I'm saying? So start with your title and then work up a keytail phrase, you know what I'm saying, that relates to it, that you can put it in the description box. You know what I'm saying? Right? I explained that a little bit later. Anyway, now editing, right? I noticed that you started out a new adventure, part 1, from a couple years ago, you and your friend, right? Okay, now, when you're editing, you know what I'm saying, you're taking 2 or 3 clips, right? For me, sometimes it's 12 or 15, right? And you're making it into one big video, right? Do not be afraid to cut out pieces of the video, you know what I'm saying, where you think is important, but it's really not, because it's really not showing anything. Like that one video I watched about you riding out onto the end of the dock, you know what I'm saying, with the motorized bike, and homeboy walked up with this little doggy and started talking, and you were holding your phone. You know what I'm saying? Right? Now, that was a 4-minute gap right there where it was just you holding your phone, and very rarely did you see the other guy's face or the doggy. And saying it was just you and him having a conversation. Dude, you could cut that stuff out. If he doesn't even know he's being videotaped in the first place, then it's irrelevant to the story that you're trying to tell of your video, because you came down there to make a video of the little lake or the ocean or wherever it was, the bayou, you know what I'm saying? And this guy walked up and interrupted you. You know what I'm saying? And you start talking back, which is all cool. That's the person that you are. But that's not really related to the video. So it's easy, for me, it would be easy to lop out that 4 minutes, and splice in the next part of the video that I was creating in the first place. You see what I'm getting at? Which in this case, I would have locked out those 4 minutes, and then the next time I stopped somewhere to make a video, I would have spliced that and went from there onward. Do not be afraid to cut off little tiny bits of here and there. You know what I'm saying? And eliminate those pieces of stuff that's immaterial to the story that you're telling in your video. You get me? Right? You know what I'm saying? This is something that I do now that I thought up on the bike adventure, and I started doing it in my own little way, in my own little head. But now I actually do leave little marks and little spots where I know I want to splice, right? You know what I'm saying? The formula that I use, right, for creating action type videos, you know what I'm saying, is fairly simple, right? You know what I'm saying? If it's going to be a static video like this one, I have my little setup. You know what I'm saying, right? You set up your shot. Right? You know what I'm saying? Whatever the video is going to be about, you have everything that you need that you're going to talk about in that video right there, bing, right in front of you. Even if it's off camera, you still have it right there in front of you. Right? You know what I'm saying? Okay? Figure out, because you like to do angles and you like to do different stuff, which is cool. Figure out different angles before you even start to make the video, so that you can, when you hit one of your marks, right, you just pick up the camera and you move it over here to the next angle, right? And you make a mark so that you know there's a splice right there, so that you can splice the two. And all the moving and stuff is not in the video, because people don't really want to see that. Some people will. I've noticed people click right off because the camera turns too many times this way or that way so fast that you can't see anything. Or the thumb's in the way, you know what I'm saying? And that's all you see for a while. Do not be afraid to edit your videos, right? If you come out with a more coherent story, you know what I'm saying? And a video that's more interesting and that people will watch longer, right? Because remember, the goal is to try to get them to, the audience retention. That's one of your metrics. The goal is to try to get that line, you know what I'm saying, to drop at a slower than this. What? Average view duration of my videos is fairly good, you know what I'm saying? And most of my videos get between 40 to 65% viewed, right? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, these are things to think about when you're editing this new series of videos that you're going to put together. Now, and there's no rule in the book that says you can't take a video that you've already edited, put it back on your machine, and re-edit it a different way, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, write a script, right? If you know that a video that's just going to take 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 clips, write your little script. Write yourself some little bit of notes so that you can keep on track, so that the clips are coherent and they make sense when you splice them together, right? You know what I'm saying? It's real simple, all right? Okay. Thanks, Jarrod. I appreciate your support and your curiosity. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing the best I can for you, you know what I'm saying, because I'm also teaching prepping and a couple other people, and I'm still learning this shit as I go along too. If you have any more questions, you know what to do. Drop a content. Anybody else got any questions? Drop a comment. You know what I'm saying? Now, Jarrod, let's break your shit down, all right? You're just starting out. You have 126 subscribers and 163 videos. Just trying to get out there and do something. That's good, right? See, let's look at your view counts, right? You know what I'm saying? You're up and down, up and down, up and down. right? But but pretty much you average about 50 views per video, right? There's a reason for that. You understand? Look at some of them. Look at this one, 13 views. Quick tour of the camp, sailing canoe overnighter, right? 10 views. Good morning from Destin, Florida. 13 views. Good night on Crab Island, right? Now those are good titles. They could be. You can improve the titling a little bit. You understand? By leaving out the little, little things, right? Icons. You understand? Because those, right? Google's algorithm doesn't know what those are. Icons. It doesn't know how to rank them, right? You know what I'm saying? Right here, let's pick one. Big boy friction. Right? Now, you see this little arrow right here? Where's my pencil? There it is. You see this little arrow right here to the right of your title? Touch it.
Motorized bikes are a way of life. Let's get to it.
I love that tagline. I do. Right? This is your description area. Right? You have 0 description. Right? You understand? This part of the tool to upload your video, right, is a place for you to write a description of what your video is about, right, for you to drop keywords and link bombs, you know what I'm saying, for other people to click on. You can link to other videos in your playlist or into your feed so that people can watch them. Unfortunately we can't use the end screen tool from YouTube that they give us because they don't have it programmed for the phone yet. Right? But this is the place where you can drop links for your other videos that are just as good as an end screen. Jarrod, if you would start using this box and giving a description to each one of your videos, right, and you start feeding it with keywords, long tail key phrases, links, and other stuff, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna attract more views because the algorithm is gonna see those keywords. It's gonna match them to the keywords that are in your title. Right, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to feed it to the traffic. It's going to feed the traffic of those people that are searching for big bore friction drive motorized bicycles. Greenwood Park on the big bore friction drive. That's a good title. But friction drive what? Friction drive motorized bike. Right? Or how about this? Right? Riding over to Greenwood Park on my big bore friction drive. Right? You know what I'm saying? And then in your description, you start out like I do in this episode of... Right? Today we're riding my big bore friction drive motorized bicycle over to Glenwood Park. You see that entire sentence, right, is a long tail keyword phrase that matches your title. And when somebody types in big bore friction drive or friction drive motorized bicycle, or somebody in your area or somebody in Florida that wants to know about Glenwood Park, right, all of those keywords are in their title search or in their Google search, right? And it's going to pop your video up in either if it's like I said before, if it's an exact match, your video is going to be number 1, or if it's related to any of the keywords in your description, right? It's going to pop you up on the suggested side of the videos, and you're going to get more chances for impressions, and you're going to be able to increase your click-through rate because now people are finding you instead of you just putting your shit up there and waiting for something to happen. You only have this many playlists, right? I'm saying, and you're doing it right. You're starting out slow and you're building and building and building. You know what I'm saying? But this one here, right? You need to change the title to, to what reflects the content of this playlist, right? This playlist is you on all your adventures with your motorized bike. You know what I'm saying? And all the stuff that you did and all the places that you went. You know what I'm saying? Your gear and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You need to change the title of this playlist, right, to anything that reflects what the content of the playlist is. Motorized bike adventures with Jarrod D. Right? Or how about, right, motorized bikes is a way of life. You know what I'm saying? And use that as the key tail phrase, you know what I'm saying, in your description of your videos. Right?